Drexel graduated more than 4,000 career points at the end of last year. And this season, scoring has been really hard to come by for anybody that's not named Damian Lee. The Braves and Nats, like most divisional rivals, they just flat out don't like each other. But on Tuesday, that animosity spilled over from the Diamond to Twitterverse. Offensively, you all like to pass the ball a lot now. Yeah. The conditions out here are starting to get pretty bad. How is that going to affect you all offensively?
We'll stick with our plan, Brian, what we're doing.
This time last year, it wasn't even a foregone conclusion that the Wizards would make the playoffs. Fast forward a year later, we're talking about them being possibly one of the favorites in the Eastern Conference. For all your latest news on the Wizards, make sure to follow us on Twitter at CSN Wizards and use the hashtag Wizards Talk. And also make sure to check out our Wizards Post page on csnwashington.com. Kyle Juszczyk was a two-time All-American tight end and H-back at Harvard, where he caught 125 passes for 22 touchdowns. But the Ravens drafted him to be more of a traditional fullback, and it's a label he's not willing to accept just yet.
It doesn't bother me because I guess I just recently have been labeled a fullback, so it hasn't hit me too hard yet. And but I'm not really that traditional fullback, so I don't take it personally.
That role of traditional fullback has belonged to Vontae Leach the past 2 seasons. The All-Pro has paved the way for back-to-back Pro Bowl years for Ray Rice, but Leach also has a $3 million base salary for this upcoming season, and if the Ravens can't find a way to restructure his deal, there may not be room for both Leach and Juszczyk.
I think that's what professional football is. You're always competing for a job. But who knows? I feel like we're 2 different players, so there might be 2 different roles for us there.
Ravens president Ozzie Newsome has always stressed competition, and as he told me, right now we don't have to make any decisions at all. When it comes down to it, we're going to make a decision based on what happens on the football field. With the Ravens, Brian Jackson for CSNBaltimore.com. In his first game since being named an All-Star, John Wall got off to a slow start as he missed his first 7 shots. But in the second half, he really turned it on as he finished with 17 points, 15 assists, and 6 steals as the Wizards snapped the Thunder's 10-game winning streak.
Got to have amnesia in this league if you're going to be good. If you're going to be good, you can't let bad plays, bad shooting, bad 3/4 bother you.
Just make shots. I miss easy shots, I feel like, and at halftime my coach and my teammates told me just keep taking the shots I was getting, and they started falling, but we did a great job of just moving the ball and making it tough for them on the defense end.
In front of a sellout crowd of 20,356, Suitland, Maryland native Kevin Durant had a rough shooting night, going just 8 of 21 from the field. And while he did end up with 26 points, he knows that defenses are making it work for each and every basket.
I'm seeing crazy defenses every night, whether teams are face guarding or they're doubling and they're rotating so far over from one of our guys. And, so I'm trying to watch film and see, because I never know what teams are going to throw at us.
Just stay in his grill, man. Just try to make him take tough shots. Try not to give him no easy looks. And that's about it.
He's our best defender. We always put him on top guy on the other team. So he always accepts that challenge, and he accepted it today. And he held him under 30.
Another bit of good news for the Wizards. Doctors have cleared Bradley Beal to exceed his minutes limit of 30. Tonight in 34 minutes, he missed 9 of 12 shots, and Wizards are going to need a better outing out of him on Monday night if they plan to finally get over that 500 mark when they face the Portland Trail Blazers right here at the Verizon Center. With the Wizards, I'm Brian Jackson for CSNWashington.com. Welcome back to the Baseball Show. I'm Brian Jackson. Once DC United's new stadium is built, the Black and Red will be sharing the same neighborhood with the Washington Nationals. But Nats shortstop Ian Desmond, well, he wants to take that relationship one step further. And he spent Monday thinking of ways to get DC United fan groups, the Barra Brava and the Screaming Eagles, out to a Nats game. I have a question, but I need some clarification first. The Barra Brava is that crew that cheers like crazy at DC United games, correct? Okay, so how do I convince the Barra Brava to come be crazy people at a baseball game? I'm going to work on this at Barra Brava, at Screaming Eagles. This wouldn't be the first time this has been attempted. Back in 2006, the Barra Brava started showing up to Caps games, and let's just say the hockey crowd wasn't a fan of the always standing and constant cheering style of soccer fans. But hey, we just have to wait and see what happens. Until next week, this has been the Baseball presented by Yellowwood. Obviously, Lance Stevenson, adding him to that mix in Charlotte, that's a team that really plays hard defense, and you add in another one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA, and he also gives them an added scoring punch. I really feel like Charlotte could give the Wizards a lot of trouble next season. And what about Atlanta? Of course, they're bringing back Al Horford.
Yeah, I'm more on the Atlanta side. You're a big born ready guy.
After a slow start, the Steelers are back in the playoff hunt, and Ben Roethlisberger is finally starting to look like himself again. Just last week, he was named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Steelers and Browns both tied at 4-6 in the division and the AFC wildcard standings. We start in the second quarter. Big Ben looking deep. He finds Antonio Brown, who beats the Browns' Joe Hayden on the play, and that's not something you see all that often. Steelers take a 10-7 lead early on. Second half, Ben Roethlisberger connects with Emmanuel Sanders on the slant. That puts the Steelers up by a score of 20-3. Now, after Jason Campbell left with an injury, the Browns called upon Brandon Whedon, but he's picked off by William Gay, who takes it 21 yards to the house for the pick six, and that's going to seal it. Also makes for a happy Mike Tomlin on the sidelines as the Steelers win their third straight by a final score of 27-11.